Hey YouTube, it is Easy Prepper 101. Today we're going to be reviewing the Fairwin Nylon belt. Reached out to me, wanted to know if I wanted to do a belt review, and I was like, absolutely. Got this in. This is actually the second time I'm actually opening it because the first time I got it, my father-in-law, my sister-in-law, I was telling them about the belt and showed it, and just off of their first impressions, they were very excited about this. So without further ado, we're going to open this belt up. Great little kind of shows you what they have for their belts and what they have and everything. So, and this is what they call the last chance. So if you had to tie off to something, this is something that will help you. Comes with the Cobra buckle, which is great there. But just some first impressions when they were looking at this, they really liked the stitching. They definitely like the belt with this being a Cobra buckle, and they liked how you can definitely adjust any of this to get to the right height for around your waist. There's also some great little cinching mechanism that we're going to go over later on in the video. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be wearing this belt every day, kind of put us through its paces to see how I like it. And the next thing you know is we're going to talk about, you know, how do I like it after a while. All right, so I want to talk about the durability of this belt, and I've actually been using this belt for over 2 weeks straight. And I'm going to tell you, I have not had any issues with any of the belt here with using my phone. And actually, I'll show you the clip that I have for my phone case is because I have an iPad Pro, and when this slips in there with no issues, and for 2 weeks I've been using this back and forth all the time, and as of right now I haven't had any issues. Now that's what's good about the durability of this. Now I can also with this belt slide it in there if I wanted to, but I don't like doing that because depending on the vehicle you got, you can go in there. But most belts like this that have good durability like this, as you can see, it really holds up to the test because there's so many great features with this belt that you're able to use this for. Now, the one thing I'm going to show you with this belt that it has is this V-ring here. And the great thing is about this V-ring, it has a lot of features. I like to keep this nice and tight and close to me because sometimes, you know, if it's out, it might, if you're getting out of a vehicle or your table, it might push on your stomach or whatever. That's just my preference. I know some people maybe like to have it without. But with that, there's many features you can do. You can hook up your, if you have a carabiner, you can do this. One thing, dude, that I've done is I go on walks with my dogs. I have a carabiner. I click both their leashes to it, clip it to this, and it's not going anywhere. So it's just pulling on my waist, which is a great thing because then sometimes you might have to buy a belt if you're walking your dogs and stuff that's special for this. So with this, you're actually getting it to it. The max bearing weight when you have this belt on, and if you have to connect yourself with a carabiner and you have to tie yourself off, is 1,100 pounds. Now you're going to have a lot of this pressure on your waist, but in a situation, if it's life threatening and or you got to save your life, just deal with the pain. You can deal with the bumps and bruises later on down the road, but at least you'll still be alive by having this. And this is very stitched in there, as you can kind of see with the cross stitching that they actually have there. And even on the underside, it's doubled, which is very good stitching quality. And when I showed this to my sister-in-law, and she's a sewer, like she sews a lot of stuff by hand. She makes bags and t-shirts and collars and a lot of fantastic stuff because she makes the collars, especially for bigger dogs. Like she has 3 Huskies, and also my in-laws have a Belgian Malinois, so she makes very thick collars. And when I showed her the belt, and she liked the way the crossing was and said that was very well done. And my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law and my father-in-law all do rappelling, and they all go to, I believe it's West Virginia sometime. I think it's October, and they rappel off of, I don't know what the bridge is, but if you do know what that bridge is, write that in the comment down below. But they rappel off of it, and when I showed my sister-in-law this belt, she liked this because the way her harness is has these Cobra buckles on her, and the belt that she has for her backup, which has the V ring on there, she's already said she was gonna buy one because she liked the way it was. It was easier to take the harness and everything else off on. So coming from my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law, who actually do a lot of rappelling, and they do confined space rescue training and stuff, they were very impressed with the way this belt is, from the rigging to everything else. So coming from people who actually do rappelling and stuff, they were impressed with the belt. So getting that from them, and I've watched them rappel and do all that, that's definitely a good thumbs up. For those of you that are curious of the belt, it is made out of tactical nylon belt made with high strength, fast drying, eco friendly 1000D nylon material. It's breathable, it's very comfortable for daily uses. And for me, using this with daily and coming going in and out of cars, and that, I have not had any problems. And when I actually drove down to visit my brother and sister-in-law, I had this on, and it's about a 3.5 hour drive down there, and this was very comfortable. There's some other belts that I've had that the way the Cobra buckle is, which is not a Cobra buckle, but it kind of has the little loop part. It kind of digs into your stomach, especially if you are a little bit overweight. So the one thing I love about this belt is that you can use with one hand and pop it open, which is super simple. And depending on, if you're using this for, if you are rappelling and, when nature calls, you got to go with one hand, you can quickly, and you're ready to go, which is super simple. Because sometimes other belts, whatever, you got to start jockeying to get this out. So having it super simple, you can just go bam. But it's also very strong. So when you pop this in there, so, I mean, definitely, the durability of this is very good. And like I said before, I've had people who do a lot of rock climbing or rappelling and stuff, and they definitely were impressed with how this belt is. So we're going to show you how easy it is to unclick this out, which is very quick. But when you try to pull this belt out with the Cobra buckle, as you see, it's going to get stopped here. Even if you put the belt loop there, it's still going to pull. Now, you could finesse it through whatever, but then what you're going to do over time, you're just going to loosen your belt loops, and then after a while, you probably have to buy new ones. So what I'm going to show you what I do, and it's a good technique to do, and you always go by it, that when you're going to change a pair of pants, if you're on the bed, as soon as you unclip it like that, do the first belt loop here. What I like to do, reattach it back into itself. So then once you unloop it out, then you can easily pull this out, and you're not losing your Cobra buckle. And that's good. That's standard for all Cobra buckles, because if I've seen people write in forums and chats and even in comments where they take this out, they put it on the bed, they lose it, they can't find it, and guess what? Maybe it falls down the crack of a couch and you don't get it back. So always keep in mind to always do that, because it's super easy to unlatch this and put that back together. One of the things that I love about this belt is, besides it being durable, functional, and the features could be life-saving, is that it is very affordable. And the one thing is I asked for black because I wear black pants, black shorts, whatever, and this is black is what I have. But they have multiple colors of, I think, green, blue, khaki, and stuff. But I'm going to put the link down below, so you guys will be able to see the different belt sizes. Now, the price point of this, and coming down to it, is $17.99 to $25 or $26, and that just depends on the color of the belt that you get. So you'll have to go and also see your pant size, what you have in there. When you click on the link for Amazon and it goes, so it'll kind of show you what your waist size is and what kind of belt is good for you. The one thing that's great about this belt is that you kind of give them your pant size. I always like to go, maybe, if you're a size 40, I always like to go one more size bigger, just in case if you do put some weight on, you're still going to be able to use this belt and not have to go out. But with the price point being the way it is, between $17.99 and $26, this belt is very affordable. And the one thing I love about this belt, and I've said it a few times and I'll say it again, from my family members who saw this belt, they were definitely interested, and they definitely said they were going to be buying it for them to use too. So I just want to say thank you to Fairwin for sending me this belt, because this belt has been fantastic to use. And I really got excited when, before, I started to film this, when I showed the family members. No, I'm repeating myself, but they got very excited about that, and they love the price point of it, because sometimes some of these belts can be $50 to even $100. But with what we're trying to do here and what the safety and stuff you can do, I love this belt, and thank you again. So write in the comments down below if you guys have bought any of their belts and if you like it, and if you had success stories, I would love to hear that down below. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video, and if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you guys down the road.